Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday to you. My name is April. I'm our Connections Coordinator, and I'm so excited to see you here at worship again this morning. I have just a few announcements before we get started with worship shortly. First up, parents, if you haven't registered your kids for Vacation Bible School yet, now's the time to do it. We have Knights of North Castle VBS this year, and kids, here's your new friend Sparky to lead you on great adventures during our virtual VBS. Our verse this year comes from Ephesians 6:10, and it says, "Be strong in the Lord and in the strength of his power." And I think all of us could use a little strength right now. So parents, you might enjoy VBS just as much as your kids do. So if you'll register online to either have the kids come to your house, you can keep your own kids or bring some friends, or if you need for your kids to go to another home, just tell us that and we'll find a perfect placement for them that's nice and safe. We'll give you all the supplies you need and all the videos. It's very plug and play, Mom and Dad, but so much fun for the kids. I think that the joy coming from your living room or backyard with all the songs will be maybe just what the doctor ordered. So get your kids registered for VBS as soon as you can, please. We are looking toward more outreach as we're all kind of out in the world and not in the sanctuary, and we have two new opportunities for you to make a difference in our world. The first is our partnership with One Man's Treasure nonprofit. They collect coats and shoes for gentlemen in our community who really will need them this winter. And so if you'll clean out your closets or perhaps go on a little shopping trip, any layer or level of coat, light or heavy, will be fabulous, along with shoes of all sizes and styles. So if you'll bring those to the church office on Mondays from 9 to 12 or Tuesdays from 9 to 2, we'll have collection bins there. If you'll bring those to us, we'll get them to that great organization. Also, Carter Blood Care will be coming to our church at the end of July on the 28th. And so we'll have signups live this week on our website for different times. They obviously have great safety measures in place, so it'll be a great, safe way to help some folks who need some blood this time of year. Next Sunday is July 5th, and we've been talking a lot about reopening the church. Pastor Chris is going to talk to you here in a few minutes about more details about that. But we are really curious about what your comfort level is for returning to the sanctuary for worship. And so if you'll go on our church website, fumcroycity.life, and go to the reopening page, there's a great survey there for you, just 5 questions. It'll be real quick for you to tell us how comfortable you and your family are about returning to worship and when you might be comfortable. I will also post the link to that once worship gets started here in a few minutes, so you can just click on it real easily. All right, also next Sunday is Communion Sunday, and so we'll be doing drive-through communion like we did last month. It was super fun, and so at 11 o'clock, right after our 10 o'clock worship service, if you'll drive up to the church with your family, you can come from downtown straight down Church Street to the corner of Church and Josephine, and you'll see Pastor Chris out there with all the communion elements. We're going to be so excited to see all your faces again. That was very fun and I think meaningful for those who participated. So we'll see you at 11 o'clock for drive-through communion next Sunday. All right, I think that's it for me, but I know Richard's got some great news to share from our Daily Bread Food Pantry. So sending it to Richard. Y'all have a great Sunday.
Good morning, everyone. I want to give you a short lead-in before you see the video for our Daily Bread. It's a two-parter. One, we want to show you what happens when we receive a large donation, how we process through it. The second part has to do with how we prepare a cart for a client that's coming. So with that, please enjoy this video from our Daily Bread.
Well, today we're very lucky at the food pantry. The animal shelter here in town has brought us a very nice donation of cat and dog food. We are so happy to have this because our clients have been asking for this for the last 2 weeks. Good. So thank you very much for the nice donation. And from Walmart today, we get a donation from Walmart every Wednesday and Friday. You can see we get lots of stuff from Walmart. Richard? We also get lots of bakery products. The shelves were empty when I came in this morning. We've got all this bread from Walmart today, all the bakery. Got Keith here today helping us. Got Mike here helping us today.
Up here.
This is more items that we got from Walmart today. Got lots of frozen meat. Oh, the freezer's empty, haven't filled that yet. We got all of these items from Walmart today. First thing we do when we have the person's name and how many in their household come in, and we grab a cart. We grab a cart and gets pushed into our first room where we already have items bagged up. So Keith's going to get a bag from number 1 bin and a bag from number 2 bin. And these are kind of the items that we have in the different bags. Then he's going to go into our next room, and we've got food items already boxed up, and he's going to grab a box. And these are some of the items that we have in the box today. Then after Keith gets that in there, we go on into our third room where we have the bakery items and produce. So we've been trying to make up a box every day, and we go ahead and put some bakery items in it, some of the bread, our cereal, and Keith will pick up one of those boxes. And when we have all the produce out, we bag up produce, and he'd grab a bag of produce if we have that. We have a thing of drinks made up, so he'll grab a package of drinks to put in there. Then we also ask the clients if they're in need of any diapers. We have some children's diapers. We have size 2, 3, 4, and 5s today. And then we also, as you can see, have some adult diapers, and if they're in need of those, we put those in their cart. Then the cart is then pushed into the kitchen where Richard will do their meat order and give them any other excess items that we have. And that's how we handle the food pantry.
Well, good morning, church family. It's Pastor Chris here, and I'm just so excited to see the video of what happens over at our Daily Bread food pantry. You know, sometimes we just know that we give food to the food pantry. We don't know exactly how it gets distributed or what happens during the time that we have our volunteers there on Thursday and Saturday. But thank you for your continued generosity to our Daily Bread food pantry and to the church so that we can continue to help those who are in need during this time of social distancing and everything. Speaking of that, April said that I was going to give a word about where we are with reopening the church. I sent out an email Friday evening after we had a email discussion and vote with our leadership board that we have decided to hold off for a few weeks on reopening the sanctuary for worship. With all the numbers just spiking here in the North Texas area and in Rockwall and in Hunt counties, we thought it would be best to hold off for just a few more weeks. And we didn't take that lightly, because I hope you all know that I'm really looking forward to us getting back together again. But with the size and the shape of our sanctuary, it's really hard to maintain the social distancing that we need to help stop the spread of COVID-19. I know that may be frustrating for some of you. I know that it's frustrating for me too. But what we want to do is to make sure that we are being faithful to the call that God has given us to love our neighbors as ourselves. So I encourage you to find ways to continue to stay plugged in. I know most of our small groups are still meeting online. You can find out who those small groups leaders are on our website. I know the Mosaic class, they meet together out at the Mannix house. Underneath their, I think they have a covered patio area, and they are able to separate and meet each other there for that. I know we have our youth that continue to meet at 5:30 by Zoom. Lindsay's doing a great job of getting those connected, and as April talked about, we got Vacation Bible School coming up sooner. What a great opportunity to share the love of Jesus Christ with your neighbors and with your families as we prepare for the online or virtual Vacation Bible School. I know it's been a long haul for all of us, but the thing that I do know is that God has been faithful to us as we have lived through this time of our lives, and I'm just looking forward to seeing all of the amazing stuff that we are doing through the guidance of the Holy Spirit to be disciples of Jesus Christ. So that's the announcements that we have this morning, where we'll start worship here just briefly. Have a great morning, and know that we love you and care for you.